Hey everybody, XJoe81X here, and on the tubes today I'm going to be talking to you about my home's internet, phone, and cable. Try to run through it as quickly as possible, but what's most important is we'll pretty much start with the internet and the cable, and I'll touch upon the phone, but because each room is set up kind of differently, you'll get a little bit of each section. This is the company where I live, the brand name of the company. Here is the cable box. Nope, here is the router, internet router, and this is, why do I always forget what this is? I don't understand. Cable modem. Here is the cable modem by Arris, A-R-R-I-S-S-S-A-S, and here is the cable router. But nothing would ever work without a connection from outside. Without this, nothing in the house works, or with this setup. There are other setups. You could do whatever setup works for you as far as just internet, just phone, just cable, but my home without this is completely dead. So from the pole is a coax cable. The top is power, the bottom two are old phone lines, and somewhere in the middle, I think this one is coax. Typical black coax. I don't have Pro something Flex. They changed it over the years. It's a thicker one now. When I was younger, it was actually thinner. I don't know if there's an R value. I forgot. I'm sure JK18 remembers. So it got thicker over the years. You see two. One comes in to the home right there, loops around for whatever purpose, just to give you that extra oomph if a truck hits it. And then it comes down. This is the way I installed mine. Comes down here, goes into the in of this splitter, comes out twice. One goes up, goes right into here into the garage, and one goes up right here into that pole on the right, and it goes into the attic. The one that goes through the house, through the brick, is the top coax. The one that goes to the attic goes to a solo cable box in the master bedroom, which I'll show you later. It goes through two rooms. It comes out here somewhere, comes up, whatever I did many years ago, try to make it as nice as possible, and it comes up to this right here, whatever the numbers are, 7, 3.5. The top is the feed, and it comes down 3 times. One goes right behind this computer, which is there's a den. One goes up to the cable modem, and one comes out, wraps around, and goes upstairs to the TV. This is right on the other side of that wall, and there is the phone and cable. One comes up the wall in the basement, goes behind this TV. Cable box is mounted on the wall, and there it comes. Cable box again is mounted on the wall, which works this TV. Before I forget, the one outside goes up into the attic, comes somewhere around here, comes down, goes down this wall, right here, comes out of a hole right there, and comes right here and feeds just this cable box. For what it's worth, the HDMI goes back in with the power and connects to the TV. This string is a chase from this hole to this hole, just in case something goes wrong and you don't have to worry about fishing it. So one side of the double cable, one side of the splitter goes straight to here, which would be called a direct home run. Like I said a minute ago, it goes to the basement, and one of the splitters comes right up here. It goes into a downstairs closet, which I'll show you in a minute. There's the phone, there's the coax white, and there's a Cat 5. That Cat 5 goes all the way to the basement and does the living room TV you just saw. The cable goes up to the voice over IP cable modem, and that double phone jack is a double phone jack. One comes up and actually just works this phone, and then one is actually the back feed that goes back downstairs, and I'll show you that in a second. This is the voice over IP that works the entire house. White coax comes in, which has to be a home run. So it goes down to the basement, is split, and comes in, and it works the cable modem. The yellow comes out and feeds this yellow, which is the router. The phone in the back, which is a voice over IP, is what creates your phone number and makes the phone work, which goes back down to where I showed you and back feeds the house. Now, real quick, when you back feed a house, you have to make sure that you disconnect the house from the pole, or at least you should, because all the existing phone jacks will work as long as you find the main hub, or back in the day, they kind of just twisted them together with their fingers. Usually it's in the basement, closest to that section on the side of your house where it would be minimal wiring. It's usually next to a circuit panel. It's usually next to a water meter. Unfortunately, my house is a split, so my water meter is on the other side, but my electrical is on this side, but the phone was actually in the basement, which you'll see. So that's what makes the phone work. This what makes the cable modem work, and that yellow is what feeds this router. Well, you only have 4 ports in a normal router. The one port does the tower, and one port does the laptop, and one port does the Lorex closed circuit TV system I have, and one port does all the way in the basement like I showed you a second ago, and it goes up to that TV. So all 4 of these ports are hardwired, are being used. Like I said, one goes right here, and one feeds here, one feeds this, and then one goes downstairs and feeds the master TV in the den. This is the main hub. Without this, nothing works. You lose this, you lose your phone. You lose this, you lose the router. You lose the router, you lose Wi-Fi in your house, and you lose all 4 ports, which would be common. It's very common to lose one or the other during a power outage. But where I live, and in conjunction with my home availability, this is what's running the house. This is what runs the Wi-Fi, and this is what runs the 4 hardwired ports. And this is what runs the phone, and what runs that in order for it to work. This TV in the master bedroom does not have any internet access. It does have a LAN connection in the back that you could do Samsung updates, but it doesn't need it. It basically works with just one home run straight to the cable box. That is the master bedroom. In this room is my daughter's room. She's currently sleeping. There's a 24-inch Samsung that runs off of Wi-Fi. It's on top of the house. Excuse me. It's bolted onto the wall, and there's absolutely nothing to see. And we use it strictly for Wi-Fi purposes with YouTube, with all the children's stuff in her room if she wants to watch anything that has to do with children related. Coming down the hallway, there's nothing in the bathroom, and here is the den. Again, Cat 5 goes in the basement and feeds the den, and off that splitter in the basement does the cable box. I have a phone line behind this wall. I have an original phone line right here, which goes down the wall into the basement. And I have one of these, which I'm not going to say, so it doesn't turn her on. That's plugged in behind the refrigerator, and it's wireless. I have one of these salt lamps, and behind here is one of those smart plugs, courtesy of JK18. Alexa, turn on salt lamp. Some of you may or may not know that I'm personally friends with JK18 for 20 plus years. He recently just had a 4-part series on his internet in his home. I advise you to check that out if you're interested. Why am I showing you the backyard? Because I want to let you know that my Wi-Fi in the current situation kind of works right around here. It's very spotty for some reason, whether it has to do with the structure, but I can sit here when it's nice and it's all pulled out, and I can do Pandora, and I kind of could do Access. The phone has more of an internet than a tablet, or at least in my applications. Maybe the antenna on a cell phone is better than my tablet, but for what it's worth, this is the backyard. You could Wi-Fi off the deck. You have Wi-Fi off of the patio, let's say. You can sit here and you will have full Wi-Fi, but when you go to the shed, it's on and off to the point where if you have to do something, you have to shut it off, because it'll try to look for it and you'll just waste your time for it roaming. You might as well shut it off if you have unlimited, go to your website, and then consciously turn it back on when you get in the house. Like I stated before, there's a phone jack down here with cable. Phone. There's a phone jack in the garage. There's a phone jack here. It actually comes to here first, and then it goes to that phone jack, and that phone jack goes to that phone. Here is the garage phone coming off of the phone jack. Here is my phone hub. Like I showed you before, it comes out of the voice over IP cable modem and comes down to here. That's going to be the very bright white one that comes down and haphazardly kind of is not installed professionally, but enough to make the house work. And it goes to the right twice, it goes up twice. That gray wire is a multi-conductor. That's the one that goes to the garage and is split. So that's, I think, 6 conductors. You only need 2. So 2 go to the portable and 2 go to that blue phone. So basically, the voice over IP cable box back feeds this area, which is completely different in everybody's house, and then it just spreads out to all the different phone jacks that I have. Your house might be different. My phones are currently working and all ring. I don't know how many phones could actually ring off of that voice over IP before they start failing. So that's going to, I believe, wrap this video up. So if I had to absolutely guess, it would be cell phone, tablet, Alexa, this computer. This is a Secure 360 from the Home Depot for about 60 bucks. That also is chooching off of Wi-Fi. It's hardwired behind this plastic, and it goes down, and it's connected to this bell. So if you come up to the house, you could press this doorbell, and there's a basement bell, and there's a bell in the hallway, and also if you press this bell, the app will go off. Nothing in the house will go off, just the app on your devices. Me and my wife have them on the cell phones. No need to put them on the tablets. And finally, a basement camera. Chooching off a Wi-Fi plug behind a refrigerator. Pretty much shows this kind of angle. Kind of like that. Why? Well, not that anyone's going to break in the basement, but I'd like to know that if I'm using the wash machines, I don't know, I kind of feel like if they explode, it'll be on camera. Or if there's water I maybe would be able to see it. I don't know. It's mostly for the washing machines. We don't watch it when the washing machines are running. This has a card in it for playback, and the doorbell camera has a card for playback. 2 separate apps. Thank you for watching. Let's continue what I was saying. That would be 6 that I could think of. 4 ports are being used. And how many phones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Office is 6. 6 phones. 7, 8 with the garage. 8 phones. Half a dozen Wi-Fi connections that I could think of off the top of my head. And 4 hardwired ports. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions. Nope, I have to go upstairs to the closet. This is right above where we just were. And because the house is a split, there's the second level. So this would be the office right here. That's where the floor is. So a hole has to go here, which pops out, and that's what you saw. There we go. Sometimes this is what you have to do, and not for nothing. Listen, guys, it's in a closet. You could possibly see the light very vaguely. So there's the main cable, coax coming in, feeding the modem. Here's the phone coming back down and back feeding the house. And here's the Cat 5 coming down, going in the basement below us, and wow, holy cow, it's been a long day. And feeding that TV. Now, it just popped into my head, hey, why is that TV not working off of the wireless? Because it's a brand new 50-inch Samsung. Great question, Bob. The reason is, for the first couple of months, I did have it chooching off the Wi-Fi. But unfortunately, for some reason, it started dropping out. Every couple of days or a couple of weeks, when I wanted to upload a channel, or even just watch YouTube, or even if the baby wanted to watch something, it would say, reestablish a connection, reestablish a connection. And my entire house is password protected. So I had to use the remote, type in the password, then it had to read it, then it had to see it. So basically, I was like, wait, how do I get from the office down up? Well, exactly the way the cable coax is. It goes out of the closet, below here, up the wall, and now there's a hardwired LAN connection to that TV, and I could go on the secondary channels, and I could do YouTube in faster than any of these devices. And I could stream on these new devices. On the top right, it has that box, and if you click it, you could actually stream. Now I can't because I'm recording. And I think that's going to wrap it up. I think that's going to personally wrap up my home's phone, internet, and cable. I think I touched upon everything. And if you have any questions, or if I forgot something, please let me know and I'll comment back. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hey, we'll see you in the next video.